Most of us relive all negative emotions triggered by events that our subconscious mind considers familiarly threatening or irritating. The question we are going to investigate today is, can we do something about it even though the whole process is fully automated? Yes, we can! Repeated negative emotions have tendency to get stuck in organs and parts of the body that are related to the energy centers. For example, money worries can cause lower back pain. Feeling not worthy or guilty damages sexual experience and fertility. Anger hurts the liver and stomach. Hating someone affects the heart and lungs. Why should you care? Because the first step in any healing is to find out why the illness exists. Many disease, pain, and discomfort can be traced to the energy centers and energy paths not functioning properly because of the negative emotions stored in them. Emotions are messages from the subconscious mind that we are doing something right or wrong. If we refuse to accept the negative message, it will get stored in the energy center for further investigation. It will be activated anytime there is a similar trigger event, which is our subconscious telling us, I am delivering this again. Pay attention. Read the damn thing. Now would be good. Receiving the message carried by the emotion means focusing our awareness on the emotion, acknowledging its existence, finding out why it exists, what were the circumstances when it was triggered, what the message means, and what actions we have to take to prevent this from happening. Let's talk briefly about the energy centers from the perspective of emotions. I have created a video with full description of energy centers. The link is in the end screen Watch Next panel or in the description below. When first energy center is open and clean, you would feel strong and safe. You would have strong will to live. When this center is not performing well, you would feel weak and unsafe. When the second energy center is functioning perfectly, there are positive feelings directed inward, such as joy and self-worth. It also drives the ability to let go of negative experiences. When this center struggles, negative feelings directed inward resurface: sadness, feeling like a victim, guilt, shame, unworthiness. It would cause holding on to past traumas. When the third energy center is full of energy, there are positive feelings directed outward: confidence, power, feeling in control, energy, humor. When this center is not having enough energy, it triggers negative feelings directed outward: anger, obsessive control, feeling powerless, lack of energy. When the fourth energy center is open with a lot of energy, it carries feelings that stem from an abundance of love: self-love, love, forgiveness, compassion. When this center is struggling, it's generating feelings that stem from the lack of love: lack of self-love, hate, dislike, lack of forgiveness and compassion. When the fifth energy center is open without blockages, it creates feelings of freedom of expressing. When this center is struggling, It's generating feelings of fear of expressing, verbal attacks, negative talk. Let's take a look why on earth are negative emotions, events and triggers buried in us waiting like old landmines. When we are children less than 12 years old, our subconscious mind is fully open and stores information without filtering. Evolution did that because subconscious mind can learn incredibly fast compared to conscious part of the brain, and kids have to learn fast in order to survive. Although nowadays children have to survive attacks of virtual characters in computer games instead of meeting bunch of wolves on the way home. When we go through a traumatic event, and for a sensitive child or an empath, a screaming parent is a traumatic event, our survival programs sometimes store the event and the emotion into energy centers and refuse to release it until it's understood or intentionally released. 30 years and 5 shrinks later, it can still haunt us until we find a way to understand why the person hurting us did it, or we find a way to release it. You can try forgiveness, but it didn't work for me. The understanding why the person did it and awareness of the fact that only people that were hurt and are in pain hurt other people did the trick. If you have capacity to release emotions attached to the negative event from the past, to see the event as neutral or without meaning, to have compassion for the person that hurt you, seeing him as a hurt child, that would work too. The most useful tool from everything I have tried was a meditation where you go back in time to the traumatic event and you have a dialogue with the person that hurt you. They will apologize to you and explain why they did it. It's a mind-blowing experience. It has something to do with the fact that subconscious mind is a portal to the world of spirit with access to all information from the beginning of time, and it has unlimited resources. Just for better understanding what unlimited resources means. The conscious mind is processing 40 bits of information per second. But the subconscious mind is processing 11 million bits of information per second. That's 275,000 times more power than our conscious mind. That's like comparing a bicycle with a commercial airplane. To cleanse the energy centers from the negative emotions and return them back to the balanced state, you can use a meditation that is using components of self-hypnosis, affirmations, and direct energy work on the energy centers. I have created such meditation. The link is in the end screen watch next panel or in the description below. Here's an example of cleansing the throat energy center. When you do the full meditation and assuming that you are at home, you would find a quiet place, close the door, sit down on a comfortable chair, turn off your phone and close your eyes. You can also use a sleep mask and a noise-canceling headphones. Relax the muscles in your neck and throat. Take a breath in. When you slowly breathe out, imagine a black smoke coming out from your throat, carrying the tension, conflict, fear of expressing yourself, angry words used against other people. Slowly breathe in golden light that is carrying relaxation, filling the throat until there is nothing else but light and ease. Slowly breathe out and say in your mind, I express myself freely. I am carefree. I speak up regardless what other people say or think. I speak and think only kindness and truth. The same protocol is used on all energy centers with different statements. Let me give you a quick overview of other techniques that influence the energy centers and overall energy state. Repeat, I love myself all day. Forgive yourself your mistakes. Forgive people that have hurt you, especially when you were a child. Write what you want to say, record it, listen to it. Recreate the sense of play. Play board and card games, dance. Sing, play a musical instrument. Do arts. Write a short story, draw, paint, work with clay. Do aerobic exercises and sports where you accelerate. Soccer, tennis, table tennis, badminton. Do yoga focused on bending the spine. Main energy paths go through spine. Consolidate your finances to eliminate fear of not having money. Do weightlifting to increase strength and confidence. Walk in nature to reconnect with nature's energy. Walk barefoot to boost the bioenergy from earth. Eat raw organic vegetables and sprouts to absorb the live bioenergy. Our thoughts are not random, and neither are our reactions in situations that we perceive as negative. The idea that the mind requires maintenance is not very well established. Our bodies have an automated system how to heal an injury. Unfortunately, our minds don't have that. We have to do the work using strong will and awareness. Alcoholics Anonymous have a brilliant concept. You have to say loudly, Hi, I am Leo and I have a problem. That moment where we are willing to admit that the problem exists and the problem is ours is 50% of the whole healing process. Please leave a comment about what would you like to see next, or if you have an opinion. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video.